In breaking news, we've received reports of an explosion somewhere north of the
We're
city.
still waiting for the police to confirm if there are any victims. This story is evolving rapidly. Please bear with us.
We heard this really loud boom. There was smoke everywhere.
Emergency services have confirmed that they've discovered a body buried in the wreckage. We're still waiting for further details.
Emergency vehicles
It appears that a large portion of the building has actually
In
collapsed.
international news, an explosion rocked Gotham City earlier today.
We are now able to confirm that billionaire philanthropist Bruce Wayne is...
If you're watching this, I'm dead. This is a code black. This message was automatically triggered when I destroyed the cave and everything it contained. We both know it won't take long for Gotham's criminals to realize the Batman is gone. And you can't count on the GCPD. Haven't trusted us since Jim died. Gotham will need its protectors more than ever. I'm leaving you the Belfry as base of operations. Some of the technology is outdated, but it has the gear you need and all of my files. You've always had my back when I needed you. I know you'll keep Gotham safe. Good luck. And goodbye.
No one talks about them. Not a whisper word is said. For if you try to crush them, then the town strikes you dead.
Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. This is going to be my new Batman trailer for Gotham Knights. There's a whole bunch of Easter eggs in here. I'll explain what's going on with the story and how it connects to everything else. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the videos. I will do a giveaway for copies of the game when they release it, but it's not coming out till 2021. So if you have no idea what's going on with this, it's meant to be a completely new Batman game franchise from the makers of a couple of the Arkham games. So it's not meant to be connected to the Arkham series. Maybe there'll be some Easter eggs for some of the Arkham games, but these characters, even though they look similar to some of the character models from the Arkham series, won't be based on those. The name of the game, Gotham Knights, is taken from the Batman Gotham Knights comic book, which is about the adventures of Batman's extended family. So as the trailer implies, Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, Red Hood all go out because they think that Batman has died. We should say that the trailer claims that Batman and Commissioner Gordon have died, and that's led to this period of lawlessness in Gotham, so they have to step up, and it provides this ample opportunity for the Court of Owls to seize total control of Gotham. But I think it should be said, I don't think any of us believe that Batman is actually dead. Like he says he blew up the Batcave and they're talking about it on the news. There was an explosion north of the city. I just saw this giant ball of fire and smoke. But do you actually believe that Batman is really dead, or is this all just a ploy to draw out the real villain of the game behind the Court of Owls? But the whole idea is the main characters of the game, at least for the most part, are the Gotham Knights themselves, the other extended Batman family members that you get to play as: Nightwing, Red Hood, Tim Drake, Robin, and Batgirl. The Court of Owls, as you see during the trailer, are the main villains, but there are other major Batman villains like Mr. Freeze that they fight during the trailer, so I'm assuming that most of his classic villains will show up throughout the game at various points. It is open world like Arkham, but none of the areas in the game with the different stories or missions are level gated, so you can go pretty much anywhere you want at any point in the game. I do like all the Batman comic book and movie Easter eggs though for the Batman family members as they go around through the different scenes, like code black alerts sent out for times when something really bad happens to Batman and they think that he's dead, or situations like Nightfall when Bane broke his back and he couldn't function as Batman for a long period of time. So we pre-recorded a message programmed to release to the Bat family alerting them that shit has gone down. This first person in the trailer that gets the message is obviously Red Hood, then Batgirl. His message confirms what that big explosion was. He blew up the Batcave, but there are other bases of operation that he has, many different places and hidden storage areas for weapons, gear that he needs around the city. He probably just blew up the Batcave to prevent any of the villains from gaining access or stealing any of his technology. But also, Batman kind of makes it sound like Gordon died a while ago before the events of the series, way before he died, and the Gotham City Police Department has just gone to ruin since then, just gone total dirty. This is Nightwing in blue, of course. He says he's leaving the Belfry to them as their new base of operations. That's the secret base built inside the Old Wayne Tower in central Gotham. It's this really big vantage point, which makes sense for the game. It's just this heavily fortified central location. That's where Batgirl is when you see her get the message, with all these banks of monitors, which is also an Oracle Easter egg, even though she's suiting up as Batgirl during the game. This is obviously Tim Drake. In the comics, Tim Drake is actually one of the people who helped build the Belfry, but in the trailer, Batman implies that it's older, they haven't been using it in a while, and the tech is all outdated. Then they do the obligatory suit-up montage and roll out as a team to take down what seems like a lot of low-level groups of thugs around the city. One of them even seems like they're wearing owl masks for the Court of Owls. There's a big montage that gives you a look at some of their special abilities that you can use during the game. Some of it seems like gameplay mixed with cutscenes. Then you get the big Court of Owls reveal. All these creepy looking special coffins are just cryo chambers built to hold the Talons when they haven't been deployed on a mission for the court. So early prediction, Batman just found out about a secret plot that the Court of Owls had. They surface later in the game as much bigger villains, and he's trying to draw them out by making them believe that he's dead and letting the city fall to a little bit of ruin to the villains so that it's actually believable that he did die. But in most of the stories where the Court of Owls is featured, it involves a lot of Batman intrigue and politicking, a lot of stuff behind the scenes, very Game of Thronesy, so just expect a couple big story twists involving Batman's true fate. There's no official release date for the game other than sometime during 2021, but there were actually some Court of Owls Easter eggs in the Batman trailer with Robert Pattinson, but they're not going to be huge characters in the first new Batman movie. It's just implied that we'll see some Easter eggs for them, and maybe they'll eventually show up in the new live-action sequels at some point. They're one of the biggest villains that they haven't done in any of the big Batman movies yet, and Matt Reeves is trying to make a very different-looking Batman trilogy from the Dark Knight movies or even Ben Affleck's Batman. But you look at the Riddler's card with the clues that he leaves for Batman, which is also inspired by the Zodiac Killer Halloween cards. It has an owl on it. You see some of the gauntlets that Batman wears on his suit. Those look like the gauntlets that the Talons wear on their suits. There's also another scene where he's using the grappling hook to fly up in the staircase to escape these thugs. One of them is wearing an owl mask. But that aside, I don't know who's voicing Batman during this trailer. It's not Kevin Conroy. It sounds a little like Jason O'Mara, who's done animated Batman in a couple of the movies before, but it's hard to tell. They don't list who the actor is on IMDb. They just tell you who the Gotham Knights are. But everyone, let me know in the comments, what are you most hyped up about for this new game? This is basically like the giant new Batman game that's coming out. Obviously, there's also the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League trailer. I'll do a video for that sometime soon too. But that's a completely different studio, completely different storyline that's not connected to this Batman game. Everyone, click here to rewatch the Batman trailer a billion more times, and click here for the Flash movie teaser trailer and all the other big DC movie trailers from DC Fandome this past weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Everyone stay safe. I'll see you guys tonight.